Alright, we're just going to jump straight into this one. Going to be analysing this replay from... This guy's got a really annoying name to pronounce. You know what? Juthin. Juthin, nice. That's a terrible name, I can't lie. But I think this guy is Super Legend. So it's going to be some high-level games. But it's going to start this one off the kickoff. We're on defense here. Nice. That's good defense. That's fine. As long as your teammate goes up for what he does. He gets beat, but you got a guy behind you, so it's okay. Nice. Pushing up for the 50. It's unfortunate you get bumped. Okay, you wanna make a decision here. Like, do you wanna stay here for the flick? As soon as he's not got the ball on top of his car, you wanna make a decision. Do you go for a bump or do you go back to net? And in my opinion, it depends what your teammate calls, really. If he's comfortable, he's probably on, yeah, he's on 0 boost. If he's comfortable for you to go for the bump, then he needs to call that, and your third man needs to cover for the 50 in case it goes wrong. But you just need to turn ball come off and go for the bump. Oh, hello. What is this camera? What on earth? Why is it so far zoomed in? Anyway, you need to go for the bump on this guy because he's last man. If you get that bump, it's probably a goal. Whereas at least, you know, you're going to be able to push the ball further into the half. You can't really stay here because you're not really adding much. And now you're a little bit, you know, you've rotated a little bit too late. So you're not facing this ball anymore and you have to shadow. And you're not really covering the net either, so it's put you in an awkward defensive position. You actually get scored on from it. So in my opinion, all that whole goal is from just waiting here and not deciding, you know, too quickly on what to do. So we want to be making decisions fast there, else we won't be able to, you know, get back in time as we see here. Concede first though, still good because you got loads of time left. Go back to net, that's fine. Nice clear from your teammate. Hopefully he passes this. Good effort. Okay, so you've actually used like quite poor boost management here. You got 50 boosts here, and you decide to go to the backboard and you use 50 boosts to recover. So now you're recovering with 12 boosts, 20 boosts, you know. So, I mean here, you're also slowing yourself down, by the way. If you want the fastest recovery from this position, you don't want to be flying into that backboard and jumping down. You want to be flying into their net and like curving down the wall there. That's going to be your fastest recovery. So going into their net and going onto the ground, because you cut out the time that you have to jump from the backboard to the ground. So that's making you slower. And you know, let's say you did do what I said. You would probably be on a 40 boost. You wouldn't have to boost too much here. You'd be able to recover with 40 boost, and then you're already on the ground, so you'd probably be around here by now. You'd be able to pick up this pad, and be on 60 boost, and then let's see where the play goes. Play comes here, you'd be around here, and now you'd be able to pressure mid. You'd be able to get onto this ball. So just because you rotated quite, or you recovered quite slowly and rotated slowly because of that, then you're not in the next play. Nice. Good shot attempt. Well done. Yeah, I like that. Go behind them. Nice. There's good patience on this play to stay up. See, I like this. Obviously, in the first goal, we stayed up when it wasn't a good idea, but this, you're waiting for the pass out. You do a quick ball cam off to check where the opponent is, and you take your time. It's a good play. Nice. Just going to cover for your teammates 50 here. It's well played. See what you do with this ball. That's a good hit. You don't want to be taking your time here, as you've done correctly here. You've just popped the ball in the air, and you've recovered on the wall to pressure the ball. You should get this mid boost, rotate back, nice. You should be careful of the bump here. Yeah, you're not aware. Whenever your opponent has gone into your corner and the ball's gone the opposite direction into their half, they're always going to be looking for the demo on their way back. You really want to be aware of that. Flipping is you know, you're kind of giving yourself up to get demoed because you're telling your opponent where you're going to go, and he almost got you. So you want to be checking behind you, or just jumping and using your sound cues to your advantage there. You have to defend a 1v1. Good defense. Nice. He should leave this, ideally. He doesn't really want to go for this ball here. This guy, because, I mean, if he thinks he can get this mid, as in he wants to be turning his car, he wants to be turning the car under the ball and getting it mid to you here, but he's not really going for that. He's going for a hit to himself. But the issue, if he had 40 boost, it'd be fine, but he's got 16, so you can't really go again. You need to call him off this ball, ideally. If you didn't, I don't obviously know your comms right now, but if you didn't call him off this ball, you want to be saying, leave this, I've got it. And then you'd be able to have a free ball in midfield, but he touched it again, and so the opponents are first to it. Nice, I like this. This is a good job of covering the midfield. As first man, sorry. So obviously you're first man here, because you're further up the pitch. You want to be trying to get into your opponent, get in your opponent's way, whether that's going for a bump on the guy on the ball, or going for a bump on the guy in midfield, waiting for the pass, or intercepting it. And you chose to intercept it here. And that's a good play. Your teammate can follow that up. Nice hit from your teammate. Keeps it close to himself. This is fine. You rotate behind your teammate. Well done. Okay, so I'd say it's this guy's fault. He's not really covering. Yeah, so if we look here, if we're looking at this ball, the guy's coming at it from this direction. The ball can't go over there, and the threat here is this guy waiting for the pass. So your teammate is covering a place where, you know, there's no threat. And we never want to be doing that. We always want to be covering something. We always want to be covering two different things. One, a different place to our teammate, and two, the highest threat to our defense and our goal. And the highest threat here is this, and your teammate, or his teammate, which is you in this position, you're already covering this side of the pitch because you're facing that way. So this guy wants to be covering this side of the pitch here, and he's not. He's covering this corner. Let's say he was here. He was covering this side of the pitch, and the ball got sent down here. Because there's no opponents here, it's not a dangerous ball, so he could just turn and get the ball. So he's covering a place where there's no threat, and then this ball gets sent long, and obviously there's no one on it to defend it, so this guy gets a free touch. And he sends it off the backboard quite hard, which is a good play. And your teammate gets beat to the ball. It's a really good shot, to be fair. So, yeah, we want to be covering different things. We want to be covering the highest threat first on defense. Nice. Okay, get bumped. That's fine. Nice touch. Nice again. Well done. It's a good job you're staying in the play with 0 boost. I like it. It's a good recovery as well. To pressure the ball again. Good challenge. Okay. Obviously, this is your replay analysis, but we'll go through, you know, we'll go through your teammates as well, because you might as well. Because I don't think this is your fault here, that this ball got into an awkward position. Your teammates both went for the ball. I mean, it's just a communication error at the end of the day. That's all it is. But you did a good job to cover for them. Nice defense. Should go for this ball again. Okay, we want to be going fast here. Your teammate also goes. He's on 0 boost. He can't go for this. He needs to rotate backboard or stay on the ground in net. One of the two. He just needs to be further back. So I guess communication is one thing that I'm noticing you guys could improve on for sure. It seems like no one's calling early enough, and we need to be calling in advance. Like, oh, I got the next ball. I'm covering this position, so if the ball goes here, I've got it. Stuff like that. And you both go. Your teammate should be back for this. But it's awkward. Yeah, it's going to be a goal. Just from... Okay, what happened here? Alright, so your teammate rushed this hit again. It's... Yeah, we can't hit this ball high. When the opponent's there covering it, we want to just go underneath them. We want to be putting the ball into a position where opponents aren't covering, or they can't get a touch. And the best place to hit this ball is low into our own corner here. And he kind of just hands him the ball, it sends it mid, and we're all on 0 boost here. It's just going to be a goal inevitably, really. But in my opinion, the main mistake was the double commit there. Kind of put us into an up position. Sorry, good kickoff. Nice, this is fine. Good positioning. Decent. This isn't threatening right now. You can get a hard clear out. Okay, that's awkward. I'd say we can. I'd say that we can get this ball more to our teammate here. I mean, if I was trying to be picky, because this clear is not a bad clear. To be honest, I think your teammate here was being quite aggressive, and he's second man here. You can't just do nothing as second man. You can't go for a drive challenge as second man when your third man has 0 boost like you do, because you're not in a position to get the ball in any means. So that was a mistake from your second man there for sure, and that's a good shot. It's going to be a goal, yeah. So I think if you could do something better here, you try and get this ball slightly further back into your own half rather than hard clearing it out. And if your teammate could do something better here, he wants to fake challenge us and cover the ball rather than just fake challenging it and leaving it to you, because you're not in a position to cover that. And perhaps you could call it. You could be like, I don't go for that. You know, I'm on 0 boost. I can't handle this. So obviously, don't say all that. You gotta shut it down. But you know what I mean. But I'm just guessing because I don't know the comms. But yeah, I think the clear could have been more to your teammate there, and your teammate should have had a better decision making on the challenge there and played it less risky. To be honest, now that I'm thinking about it, where was your other teammate? Where was he over here? Okay, he gets taken out. 100 boost. He messes up the wave dash, so he's sent into their own half. Yeah, and he thinks from his, to be fair, from your teammate's angle, from this angle, it looks like your teammate that's pressuring the ball right now is actually going to be first. He's still quite aggressive. I mean, there's no point being here. Like, he's not doing anything, I think, is the main issue, is that if the ball, you know, let's put ourselves into the mind of your teammate right now and think about what he's thinking. If the ball gets past the opponent here, then he's not really doing anything. He needs to focus on tired. If he wants to make a difference in this play, he wants to ball cam off, focus on this guy rotating back to net right now that's next to him, tired. And then if he gets that demo, to be fair, then that adds something, because his opponent that's going to be pressuring the ball, which is TK right now, he won't have a teammate that's going to be able to follow up on his hit. So if he gets this bump, then realistically, the ball gets past him, and it might be fine, but then again, the first man comes in and takes a shot anyway, so I guess not. But yeah, your teammate wasn't really helping out too much there. He wasn't really doing too much. He wants to be back in defense, or at least making something happen. But if he bumped the last man, then it would have still been a goal. I was just wondering what he was doing in that position. I think right now I'm noticing that we need to be making faster decisions. Like, we need to, like in that last play when I was just going on about your teammate for the past 2 minutes, he wasn't committing to a play. He was kind of just hanging around and see what happens, and then he'll go. But he needs to be making proactive plays. We want to dictate the play rather than react and then make a decision. Okay, this ball has to go to your teammate or to the left side of the pitch. You can't be hitting this down the middle, in my opinion, and if you do, you want to be getting it to the backboard somehow. Because this ball here, yeah, you might have taken out one player, but then because it's quite a, you know, like, it's not too high of a flick, it doesn't really have too much power. It's just a free clear for this guy, and what you've done is you've taken out an opponent, but all they're going to do is they're going to land an offense ready for this pass. Luckily, the guy doesn't hit it to him, but if TK hits the ball to the wall where this guy is, it's a fast counter attack. So we want to. There's 3 plays that we want to do here, and either, you know, depends how you do it, depends how you pull it off and communicate with your team, but they could all be good. You can go for a 50 and have your teammate here cover behind you for this 50. You could go for a flick mid, and have that teammate go for the ball mid. Or, in my opinion, the best play is to do this. Where are you? Here you are. So the ball comes to you. So look how much space there is in mid. No one's covering it. The only person potentially covering it is this guy, but he's focused on you. He's coming at it from this angle. He's not covering mid. So you don't want to get this ball too high. You pop that, but you want to keep it low and pass it mid because there's so much space. No one's covering that. It's a free shot. It should be a goal because, you know, top left, top right is free. So that would be a goal if you get that mid. And technically you get it mid, but it's too far over. It's too far over to the goal, so it's free clear and your teammate's not ready for it because he shouldn't be. He can't go that far. So you want to get that more laterally across the pitch to your teammate there. Definitely. Nice. Take your time. Actually, that's a good pass. I like that. Good effort. Might be a goal. Unlucky. That was a good play. Nice. Okay, so one play here that I want to use to practice, like obviously with replay analysis we can go into like mechanics, but it's not, you know, you don't want to be saying, oh, you should have air dribbled this over this guy and flip sided, but like one idea that you could do here is hitting it against the ceiling. So smash this, like flip into this so it hits the ball against the ceiling and the ball comes down and you're still in the air and you go for like a double tap. Because this ball, it's quite difficult to carry on your momentum and go up for again. That's a really good play from your teammate. Good effort. It's fine. Ideally, if we can keep this ball close, if we can control that and dribble it into the corner and get a 50 on to Tasek, but we kind of just hit it and it gives a bit of a free clear. They kind of hand it to you, but it could have should have kept close there. When our opponents are giving us space, we want to take it. And because no one was challenging you, that's what I mean. You can't just hand the ball over. Sometimes it's good, but for that play, I'd say keep it close. Nice. You recognise that you're on 0 boost here, so you just want to be playing for the bumps and demos because you can't really do too much with the ball. I like it. Nice play from your teammate there. Good shot. See what you do here. Nice touch. Again, so this is a great play like I talked about before to go for the ceiling play. So you hit this against the ceiling, you get a really fast like double tap off the ceiling. And this was actually a really, really good demo from this guy here. Getting this demo when your teammate is about to go in the air like you are, it's really good because now you have a free 1v1. Unfortunately, our second touch wasn't the best, so we don't get the goal. However, the 50 does go over to our teammate and he scores. Nice. So that's really good position from your teammate there, and it's a good 50 from you. But the demo is what I think the key thing there was. Great demo. Nice beat from your teammate. Cover mid, well done. Okay, I think we want to turn ball cam off here. If I'm being really nitpicky, we want to turn ball cam off. Like you know where the ball's going here. You want to make sure you can see your opponents and what they're going to do. Just having that vision is really important there. Alright, so I've noticed this. I've noticed you not do this a couple of times now. I think one thing you can improve on is recoveries. So here you get bumped. It's a very small thing. It's a very small thing, but you'll notice it can help you a lot, and it will just make your mechanics overall quite a lot smoother. If you can wave dash here, you'll carry on your momentum going forward, and you won't be able to. You won't need to use as much boost trying to get back to net. So it's just a small thing to work on, trying to wave dash whenever you get bumped and you're about to land somewhere. Okay, so I'd say you're doing nothing wrong here. I think this teammate, this 50 from your teammate here is it's like ambitious, trying to just 50 that. He wants to make sure he can fake challenge something, get it behind him, force it back to you, rather than getting a 50 here, because you're too close. You can't really do too much there. You know, it's a bit of an awkward position to try and anticipate where that 50 is going. It's quite hard there for you. So I'd say your teammate needs to fake challenge that. see what happens here. Okay, so this clear was pretty poor. Yeah, he wants to, especially with 10 seconds left, we want to be making a play out of it. Get beat there, let's go. Yeah, so I think that clear was a little bit of a misplay from your teammate there. That's going to be game. So, let's just run through a couple of things. Ooh, double flip set from your opponent. Let's run through a couple of things. So, individually, what we could work on is, can't remember where it was, but the recoveries with the wave dash, obviously if we can get that down, and it just makes your recovery slightly smoother. But a thing you could work on is with that aerial play, with the hitting it into the ceiling, that would be really useful for you to work on. You get a lot more opportunities off the wall for that. As a team, or maybe even just you by yourself, I'd say trying to make decisions faster, like trying to not getting caught up too much, because I think one thing I noticed out of you at the start and then your teammates a couple of times and you yourself again, it was like you didn't make a decision until the ball was like coming to you. So what we want to do, like off the ball, I mean, we want to be making a decision. Do we want to go for a bump? Do we want to cover behind our teammate? If we're going to do it, then make sure we do it now and make sure we do it quickly, because else we just get caught up and then we don't rotate back fast enough. Then, you know, our teammates are in awkward positions because we kind of left them back. So those are the things that I want. I think those are the key things that I want you guys to work on individually or as a team. And like another thing I think is just like mechanics. Mechanics are going to help you. Like focus on mechanics a lot, and you'll have more opportunities to make more plays. Because I think one thing I noticed was you guys had the opportunities, but you didn't have the mechanics to almost finish it off. You had a couple balls in the air. I'm not sure if I can find them quickly. But where are you? I think, yeah, so like here, if you can take this ball solo, you will score this more times than not. You've got a free 1v1. Obviously, we get a goal out of it, but that being said, just because we get a goal out of a play, it doesn't mean it was the best play to go for. Do you know what I mean? So, I think aerial mechanics could do some work. I mean, you're definitely like a clean player, but you know it's always good to have that in your locker just to be able to go for more stuff. So I'd say those are the four key things to work on. But overall, it was a pretty solid game. Your opponents were pretty good. It's definitely not a loss to be too ashamed of. I think, yeah, it was communication as well, because obviously you guys got caught up a little bit in defense. I think every goal that they scored, if we just go through the goals real quick, every goal that they scored was from, I'd say, they made some good plays, but a slight misplay. So this one was mechanics from your teammate. That was a mechanical error for that clear. This goal was a decision-making error from your teammate. And perhaps maybe a decision-making error from you on that clear. Perhaps it can go to your teammate a little bit more. This one was a double commit, so communication again. It's a bit of an error from you guys. My opinion, that was the communication fault there. What was this goal? Okay, this goal was a position mistake from your teammate. Not covering what he needs to cover. So that's actually another thing. Covering different things than each other. You guys want to be always covering different things. So let me just like rephrase this. You and your teammate are both covering the same thing here. You're both covering the right side of the pitch. So we want to iron out those mistakes and make sure we're all covering different sides and different positions. And what was the first goal? Okay, that was the goal that we didn't make a decision fast enough. So hopefully by looking over those goals, you'll see after this replay analysis that what we've pointed out, those are the mistakes that you guys made that made you concede those goals. And it's quite obvious once you point it out and once you recognise what the mistakes are, you can apply them to almost every goal you concede. But yeah, if you iron out those mistakes, then let's say 3 of those goals don't happen, then you win this game. So it's like little mistakes that you're making, but easily fixable. So let me know how it goes, and I hope that helped, man.